Hi everyone, welcome to EVE Talk, your weekly look at the markets in EVE Online. I'm your host, delonewolf, and while we're on our way to the couch, over the last week I've really been trying to stream. I streamed 3 times, like 3.5 hours, something like that. It's been a lot of fun. It is a lot of work though, and so yeah, if anyone is interested in following the stream, twitch.tv/delonewolf, and right here I think maybe the schedule that I'm planning for is a good idea. So I'm hoping to stream on Monday, Wednesday and Friday, and that should be all EVE Online streams. For content, next week we're thinking of going into the wormhole for at least 2 days, and then probably an EVE Duels stream on Friday again. Possibly with the big war in 0-0, if I somehow manage logistically to get my ass over there without getting shot, I might want to try and show some of that, if there's like a big battle. But yeah, that's really up in the air, because I'd need to do a lot of research on how I could practically manage something like that. But yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know that I've been focusing a little bit on streaming over the last week, and I've really been enjoying it. So for the next week I'm planning to go Monday, Wednesday, Friday with EVE Online streams, and then you can also expect like highlights videos, which is what you got as well in the last week for the EVE Online content. So we're here for the markets though, so let's get that going, go for the quick bar, and we'll start once again with the minerals as we always do, and I should definitely go to the graph. Probably a good idea to go for 3 months, but yeah, look at that, titanium continuing to hover around the 5.5 ISK band, and yeah, there's even a 507 in the system, and 530 something like that is the first big order in JITA, so hasn't really moved a lot. Let's have a look at pyrite here, pretty much the same, as you can see, below 14 ISK. I think someone preferred me saying it like that. Station 13.90, so 1320. That's really also pretty low for the year. Look at that, coming from 16. And Mexalon, that's yeah, really it's been holding on so well above 60 ISK for so long, and now it's below 45 with even a dip below 40 there on the 5-day moving average chart, and I'd say it's continuing to head down here. You can see that the 5-day moving average has been below 20-day moving average since mid-May, since the 20th or something like that, and so that's going to continue to drag the price down. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Mexalon actually hit 40 ISK before long. Prices in station 41, yeah, there you go, 41, 4108, something like that. So for really the high-sec minerals, the most common ones, it's really not a good market at the moment, not too good a time to be a high-sec miner in my opinion, but that's the situation. One thing that could change things is of course the big war. Goonswarm is invading, I think it's Fountain. Test Alliance is their opponent. Personally, I'm rooting a little bit for Test Alliance. I just prefer to root for the underdog, and I feel Test is the underdog at that point. So we'll see how big it becomes. Some people are saying this is going to be the third major war in EVE Online. I hope it is, honestly, because that would definitely shake things up and shake the markets up as well. Could be interesting times if it does indeed become a long war where there's no clear winner right away. So I'd like to see that, and that could be positive for high-sec miners too. The Maelstrom here, then I'll have a quick look what the impact is on the Tech 1 ships. So the Maelstrom, well, is going up right there at the tail end, so this could be war preparations right there. This is actually not insignificant, going from like 200 million to 205 million in not too much time. Let's have a look at the Drake. Ooh, nice, also going up 54 million, there you go. This is definitely an uptrend, and I think it could be caused by the war. So let's have a look at the rock then here. Well, also trending up, not as steep as what we saw on the Drake there, but yeah, you can still see this move upwards here above 230 million, where it hasn't been for quite a while actually, in the last 3 months. So yeah, looks like people might definitely be buying up Take One ships, which are like ships of the line, you could say, for those big alliance fights, for the subcaps. So yeah, pretty interesting how that one's going up while the minerals are still at an all-time low. Let's move on. Well, I'll have a quick look then. Isogen, well, trending back down here, so it won't breach 160. Megasite, what's that doing? Also going back down a bit. Noxium, there you go. That's also flattened out after the rise there. What else have we got? Zydrine also trending down. So interesting. The high-sec minerals, no, the high-end minerals, not the high-sec minerals, are also breaking the trend of going up slowly, and seem to all be topping off here. That's pretty interesting. It might just be that the increased supply which people were expecting due to the changes in mining just aren't materializing, and so that now yeah, people are starting to dump all of the reserves they had bought up, and yeah, that this is flattening out the price with definitely decently sharp drops here on the 5-day moving average lines here. So that's really pretty interesting to me to see that this has turned around. You know, it was completely out of sync with the high-sec minerals, these higher end minerals, but now it seems like that difference is coming to an end. Pretty interesting. Quick look then at the command ships. I'll go over these quickly, but advanced command ships here. I'll just have a quick look at the last 3-month charts. This is decent. There, Damnation. You can still see 2 tops and working on a new one. Nighthawk a bit too flat for my liking, although you can see a couple of small tops, which is like 20 million difference. The Vulture, yeah, look, it's going way up again. Astartes, just one top here. That's not bad, but I don't know, it looks pretty flat for the rest. This is a 3-month chart, by the way, so we're looking for recent activity here. EOS, that's also decent, you know, look at that, below 220 and coming from 260, you know, 40 million ISK difference in not too much time. That's really not bad. Let's hope it can do that again a few times. Claymore, that's pretty good. Look at that, going from 190 to 205, one top, a second top here, then a pretty sharp drop, and here we can see some data points back up to 210. So 185 to 210 is right there, potential difference here. So that's pretty good. Sleipnir, this is decent as well. Look at that, always sharp rises, then a slower correction, sharp rise again, slower correction. So still pretty happy with the command ships. As trade opportunities, let's go on to the new faction battle cruisers. Although these charts, yeah, they'll look like that, which is to be expected. Let's have a quick look at prices then in Jita Station. Stellars 250, something like that, 299. For the Drakes here, 320 even. Ooh, that's actually pretty high. This I would consider more normal. Harbinger, Navy issue 170, 180, something like that. Hurricane 200 million. Yeah, I would expect them to settle in a while below 200 million. That's my personal opinion on that. But it's pretty surprising to see how the Drake has been able to keep up a really high price. And in Dodixie, I've seen Brutix Navy issues being sold for more than 500 million right at the start. So this market is still a bit out of whack in my opinion. Only the Harbinger, which gets a decent amount of supply. This could be tied to the faction warfare that is most active and that get the best prices at the moment. Drake is the one that's way up there, and then the Brutix 250, Hurricane 200 and Harbinger 170, 180, which I think is a normal price. So yeah, the stabilization of this market is taking a while, I have to say. And I think this could be tied to which faction is currently doing the best in faction warfare. So it looks like the Amar guys have been able to buy a lot of BPCs and bringing this stuff to the market. Or bring just Harbinger Navy issues. I'm not sure if it's with BPCs. But yeah, this is the state of that market. Still pretty up in the air, you know, a difference of 320 for drakes and 170 for a harbinger. That's almost twice the price for what should be a similar ship in how you get it to the market. So pretty interesting, very new market, of course, easy to see that on the chart. But yeah, we'll have to keep an eye on that, I think, and see if it indeed does stabilize below 200 million. So that's it for those new ships. Quick look at melted nanoribbons and Tech 3 stuff. That one's going back up. Data points above 5.8 million. Prices in JITA, let's have a look. Almost 6 million, touching 6 million right there, which is pretty good for people that get some melted nanoribbons or want to farm some wormholes, which we might be doing next week. But yeah, melted nanoribbons going up, and the chart has yet to catch up to the fact that it's almost 6 million right now in JITA. Quick look at the Loki, trending down, Tengu trending down. So, oh no, Tengu, look at that. Might once again be war preparations. Tengus are used in 0-0 warfare. And look at that 5-day moving average going from 170 to 180. So that's actually not such a big leap, but it's definitely a trend breaker if you look at the 1-year chart. So this might indeed be 0-0 alliances buying a lot of Tengus for their fleets because, well, war is coming, as I've said a few times already. I'll have a quick look at the Talos. What's that one doing? Well, recovering a little bit from dipping below 80 million and still holding strong, I say on average on 80 to 85 million, which is alright for me, for being one of them, one of the people that has a BPO and that produces them from time to time. So that's okay, holding strong above 80, that's pretty decent, especially with the lower mineral prices at the moment. And Galente fuel blocks, let's have a look at that. Yeah, settled above 16k, coming from 12k due to the ice mining changes. So it's going to be interesting to see what that does exactly, and how the ice mining changes will have an impact on prices of fuel blocks in the longer term. I think we do still need a little bit of time for things to settle down and people to to basically get into their new routines concerning ice mining, although I don't think it will take that much time. At the moment it looks like around 25% increase in price for fuel blocks is what the market has settled on. And then we'll end up with the Plex as always. 1-year chart. Uptrend is definitely here, right there at the tail end. I'll have a look at the 3-month chart. Definitely a slow uptrend there. 5-day moving average staying above the 20-day moving average most of the time. So obviously the prices in station are interesting. 542 for the sellers, 529 for the buyers. I don't think that's moved a lot since last week, but still it's just on an uptrend from that bottom of around 500 million. And yeah, the summer expansion generally has less of an impact on plexus, so I don't see it moving too how should I say, markedly, you know, too much too quickly. But I suspect a gradual evolution of this market, you know, like how this chart is really slowing going up. We'll see if it breaks at some point during the summer. I do think it will go back down, but once again I think that will be pretty slow and gradual, and I don't expect it to reach the bottom of 500 again this summer. And then I'm hoping for a big spike with the winter expansion again, at which point I'll probably try and sell my Plex. So yeah, there you go guys, that's it for this week's EVE Talk. Pretty interesting seeing how all the minerals are currently trending back down, including the high-end ones. How a lot of the Tech 1 ships have jumped in price quite a bit because of the war. And Plex is still doing okay, although pretty slowly, and this is generally what we see around the summer expansion. A rise, but not a drastic one. Anyways, that's it for this week guys, and I'll see you all on the next one.